Okay, I know I haven't been on my YouTube channel in a while. I have had a lot of crazy stuff in my life and trying to kind of figure out what I am doing with myself. And I ended up, I think last videos I made, I was in the Philippines. I was going over kind of my past kind of like biography, you know, how, like where I grew up and how I got to where I'm at right now. Well, I started getting so consumed into past events that I started losing sight of the immediate. And I realized with it being 5 months, which is very limited in the grand scheme of things, in Southeast Asia and being halfway through it at the time, that the amount of time being trapped in my head was not as important to get the story out of where I came from, and it was more important at the time to be focused on the present moment. So since last video, I went from the Philippines. I ended up going from the Philippines back to Thailand, met some amazing people, which I can make videos later on if you're interested in that, and you know, my adventures through Laos and my adventures in Cambodia and the people I met. I'll share that. Definitely let me know down in the comments if it is something that you'd be interested in. So once again, I'm not very good at this. I ended up doing the Laos, doing the Cambodia trip, ended up flying back to the States after coming back to Thailand. And when I got back to the States, I realized I didn't like the life that I was living prior to leaving. It was always running, always on and off planes. And I know I spent a lot of time at night, and I don't know if any of you guys have had this, like, or sat there at night thinking about this, and asked yourself, do I like who I'm becoming? Is who I am today and what it's created from the day prior and the day before that, and where I'm at in this present moment, is this who I want to be? And I started seeing things I didn't really like. So after the trip, when I got back, seeing how scattered I was, looking at my vehicle and my old spaces that I left behind, seeing how many things I filled into my life. And I strongly believe that if you want to know where someone is mentally, look at their spaces. It will tell you a lot about them. How they keep their space is usually a reflection of where they're at in their own mind. So I looked at my things. I started going to my friend's house, seeing how many things they may have bought and thought they really needed, and then used it one time and set it in the corner. Started seeing it everywhere. Started seeing how that was kind of where my mentality was, this Western buy, get things, this is going to make us happy. And I ended up starting to sell my things. So I immediately started clearing out my storage unit, made a couple of trips to the Midwest, saw some friends, saw my family, and then I left in between liquidating the few things that I had left after liquidating prior to come back to Thailand for a month. Spend a little bit more time to see how I enjoy different areas and see if, you know, I would want to settle down in them for a period of time while I figure out what direction where to go with my life. And so I flew over here, spent a month, flew back to the States, finished selling everything. I ended up getting around 17 to 18,000 and bought a one-way ticket back. So Artani, at this random dock area, I was walking around exploring different areas of this town I have not seen before. It's one of the things I love doing, is just pick a direction and walking. Thinking about this nameless YouTube channel, thinking, you know, that's going to be a way to make money, because with selling everything and leaving the States, one of the big things I have to focus on now is how to make money, how to make it to where I can sustain a way of travel so I can experience more culture, see different places, meet new people, and try my best to enjoy and find understanding in this world while I'm still young enough to be able to do so. And all the time I'm seeing these videos of people living and traveling, and how they're able to do it is to have a YouTube channel and monetize it. And I figured I was going to give that a shot. And I started with a faceless YouTube channel. It's just making ridiculous facts and sharing, you know, riddles and things like this, just something to get me into the habit of making videos every day. And in thinking that, I decided to, as scary as it is to put your face out there, to talk to people and share experiences, because for me personally anyways, it's fear of losing sight of what's in front of you when you're consistently looking at a phone and looking at the world through a lens. And that is something that is kind of terrifying. But I don't know, I want to share my story with people. And if I can do that, if I can share my experience of trying to figure out this crazy world we live in with other individuals that might feel the same, then it'd be worth it. Crazy thing about 2024 is we can reach out people everywhere. But anyways, that's my random thoughts. This is my beginning of a massive chapter in my life, and either I go back to the States in a year, have not been able to find a way to sustain travel and live outside of the States and have to reassess and do it again, or if I'm able to figure it out and I can travel and experience and see, whether it be through this, whether it be through all this affiliate marketing stuff that people talk about, whether it be teaching English, but sharing it. If you guys are interested in videos like this of me just kind of like talking, then please comment, let me know. It will definitely give me encouragement. It's not going to be as much as like the going into my past as deep, if you know, because I'll share that enough as through just experiences. I don't know, but let me know. Oh yeah, and I cut my hair. I did it in Cambodia on the beach, New Year's Eve. I had my friend Edu and Saza from Spain cut it. It was going bald up here, so I think the last video I had hair and a hat. But yeah, comment, tell me what you think. I'm gonna try to do this more and get better at it so it's clearer for you guys and not as terrible of quality. And